Which teams in NFL impressed me the most? I'll talk about that on the other side. Cole Sports presents on the Daily. Well, I hope the weekend found you well. VIP, Cole Johnson's on the mic on the Daily on Tap, presented by Cole Sports, where we have content that comes from this channel Monday through Friday. And subscribe if you want to be that man who knows it all, not a know-it-all, but who knows it all in all of sports, because this is the shot. This is the place where you get to know or get to understand all of what is to know about sports. But this is Monday. And as we do with all Mondays, we compile things. What's a compilation called? What is it when you compile things? What is it when you actually condense things into certain things and you do it in bullet points? Oh, yes, the list. And since December is right around the corner, actually, tomorrow will be December, we are going to talk about the teams in the NFL that has absolutely surprised me the most. And I wanted to do it positively because there's been a couple of teams that have surprised me the other way around. And I've mentioned one of them. Actually, I've mentioned four of them. Now, I want to talk about the teams that surprised me pleasantly the most in 2020. So here are the 5 teams in the National Football League that has impressed me the most. Let's start with the Cleveland Browns. Now, the hype has been there, and quite frankly, we have had moments where the Browns have been considered not so entertaining, but you can't argue with the fact that they are in the playoff hunt. I mean, and it's mentioning hunt. They're buoyed by a running game starring Kareem Hunt and actually starring even further or even more Nick Chubb. Their bread is buttered by those two battering rams. And that's on offense. On defense, they are led by Garrett Miles, the defensive end who was considered embattled and troubled with, of course, the incident that happened close to 1 year ago involving him and Mason Rudolph. But he has since put himself in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. All of those things are overcoming and overcompensating the horrible season-ending injury to Odell Beckham Jr. and the up and down, but more down than up play of quarterback Baker Mayfield. Thanks to those 3 names that I mentioned, and I'll even mention a fourth, wide receiver Jarvis Landry. Thanks to those 4 names, the Cleveland Browns are in contention for a playoff spot. Now, they have to climb past the Ravens to do that. Can they? We'll see. They do get to play them and the Steelers at home later this year. The second team that has impressed me the most in 2020, the Miami Dolphins. And the reason why they've impressed me, I didn't realize their defense, led by Jerome Baker and Xavier Howard, I didn't realize that they were this cohesive. They don't wow you with the physical play. They don't wow you with the athletic play. I'm not saying they aren't athletic, and I'm not saying they aren't physical. I'm saying they don't wow you with it. But they seem to wow me, and I think they wow you, VIP, with the fact that they are disciplined and they don't really miss assignments all that much. And they're a young defense. Young defenses miss a lot of assignments normally. But this defense seems to be disciplined. They seem to play within their construct. And when you have a defense that does that, you can go far. And when you also have a defense like that, you can make a quarterback like Tua Tagovailoa look really good. And he does virtually nothing but basically keep your offense on time. And that's what you got to have your quarterback of a defense like that do. You got to keep them on time. If you do that, you're fine. I mean, the Dolphins seem to have the University of Miami's turnover chain swag because they are all about the turnovers. They are all about the takeaways. The third team that has impressed me the most in 2020, the Oakland Raiders. And let me backtrack on that. The third team that has impressed me the most, the Las Vegas Raiders. You saw what I did there. Well, I mean, they don't look like the team that was going on to the Alameda County Coliseum in 2017, 18, and 19. They actually look like a squad who wants to perform and play. They're led by this resurgence from quarterback Derek Carr. They are buoyed, and I actually think they are strengthened by the running game led by Josh Jacobs. His second year has been absolutely stellar. And that offensive line, they do not allow sacks all that much. And this is what, and I played on the offensive line, this is what you want an offensive line to always think. Two things have to always happen in every game. Have your running backs go off and look at that quarterback's jersey and it has no grass stain or dirt stain on it. You want to keep that quarterback's jersey clean and keep him upright, and you want to open holes for running backs. That is the primary goal of the success or failure rate of an offensive line. The Raiders' offensive line, success. So to the point where, I mean, the sack numbers are down and the run and the rush yards are up. And John Gruden's leadership is actually paying dividends here with this young team. They're young, but they're buying into what Gruden is telling them. Which leads to the fourth team that has surprised me the most, the Arizona Cardinals. And I don't think their success surprises me as much as the maturation process of Kyler Murray. I think that impresses me more than anything else. And the other thing that impresses me about this team, the front seven, they do their job, but they could do it better. I think that's the best way that I could say it. But this defense is led by their secondary. And the offense is led by their wide receivers. I mean, when you have Patrick Peterson being the stalwart figure in the secondary, and you have DeAndre Hopkins, who I still say is the greatest wide receiver in the game today, and Larry Fitzgerald, who will probably go down as, at worst, one of the top 5 wide receivers of all time. When you have those two lead your squad, along with Patrick Peterson, it's rare that you ever say wide receivers and cornerbacks lead your squad. But those 3 men do. And they're helping Murray gain confidence in the fact that those 3 can make plays. Now, what could aid to their downfall, unfortunately, is they miss their pass rusher, Chandler Jones. If they had him, I think we'd be talking about this team, not I won't say running away with, but I'd probably say having a good lock on the NFC West, because this team is one pass rusher away from doing that. Which leads me to the final team that has impressed me the most, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, their record is not what impresses me the most about them. Roethlisberger being solid, yes, but he doesn't impress me the most. The emergence of Chase Claypool, that raises my eyebrows a little bit. Juju Smith-Schuster being at home, being the number 1 wide receiver, he's actually done pretty well in that role. That's a small surprise. The biggest surprise defense. And I don't mean the fact that they're playing. The Steelers are known for strong defenses. No, 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 no. The fact that they play with pace on defense, the fact that they play with athleticism on defense, the fact that they have the mentality of whoopacks, of rabid dogs, that they look at a ball and they see 4 or 5 guys go toward the ball. That is what impresses me most about the Pittsburgh Steelers. When you're led with the energy of safety Minka Fitzpatrick, when you're led with the energy of linebacker TJ Watt, when you have the hard hitting of linebacker Bud Dupree, when you have that and you have the front, you have the front three, because they play 3-4, when you have the front three do what they do best and they clog up holes so they can allow the linebackers to do their thing and just run all over the field and tackle, that is what is impressive to me the most. And I'll put this out right here. Mike Tomlin, unless we have a 1986 Jets collapse at the end of their season, Mike Tomlin is the coach of the year. I say that if they award it to anybody else first Saturday in February, Michael Tomlin is the coach of the year. You saw how horrible and putrid that team was in 2019. No Roethlisberger, barely any defense. I mean, barely any defense that has cohesion, but the defense kept the offense that was led by Mason Rudolph. And they actually had a shot at the playoffs. They actually had a shot. And now they went undefeated through September, October, and through much of November. Tomlin gets his team ready. That man is your coach of the year. So the 5 teams that I really believe that has impressed me the most: the Browns, the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Cardinals, and the Steelers. There's others who are impressive, but I think those 5 shine the most. Now, if you want this shirt that you see right before your very eyes, the description box below has all the details as to how to get that shirt. Now, if there's another team that I have missed, or if there's another team that you believe deserves a little bit of shine that I didn't give, or if you believe that all 5 are right that I've just mentioned, in either case, like this video and share this throughout your social media circle. Comment below, because I want to hear what you have to think, because what you think matters, VIP. Don't forget, hit that notification bell and subscribe to this channel, which content emanates from here every Monday through Friday. Well, you already know what comes up tomorrow. Tone Deaf will be right at you. For all of us here at Cole Sports, I'm Cole Johnson, reminding you that this is yet another installment of Cole Sports on the visual and on the daily.